Don't look at the size of the crowd. That's not good. Smile. And try not to put everyone to sleep. All right, I think I'm ready. Here we go. First of all, I'd like to thank Mr. Eisler, Mr. Bin, and the London City School Board for the opportunity to speak with all of you. The London City Schools teaching staff should also be commended for all the hard work they do each day to help students learn and achieve. Next, let's give a shout out to all the parents and family members in attendance, along with those that were not able to join us. The guidance and work ethic that you've instilled in these young people is a big reason why they are here today. Finally, I'd like to give my biggest thanks to you, the class of 2015, for giving me the opportunity to speak at your graduation. I've attended a few graduations. Luckily, a couple of them were from me. Considering I wasn't always a big fan of studying or doing my homework, unlike anyone sitting in this gym today. I remember. Taking that into consideration, it's pretty surreal to be speaking at a graduation, so please know that it's an absolute honor to be standing in front of such a wonderful group of young people, and I'm extremely grateful for the chance. When Mr. Kudre contacted me about speaking at graduation, I was blown away. But after agreeing to speak, I had a huge problem. What do you say? Words of wisdom by Emrich? Wisdom and Emrich usually don't go in the same sentence. If you want a good poop joke, I'm your guy. But to tell you what it takes to make it in this world, you can see the dilemma. So to help me out, I spoke to some of your former middle school teachers, and this is what they had to say. Mrs. Shannon, whom some of you had as an English teacher, said, a person's actions, especially repeated ones, speak of their character. So make sure your actions are positive. Also, never forget, if you always do what you've always done, you'll always get what you've always got. The math teacher, Mr. Love. A lot of you had it. Mr. Love. Life is like the game of golf. Have confidence in what you're doing and do not worry if anyone is watching. LOL, exclamation point, exclamation point, exclamation point. The reason he said that last part is because whenever he and I go golfing, he finds whoever he can to watch me tee off, and I always seem to mess up. One time he found a groundskeeper to watch me tee off, and I nearly hit a car with my golf ball. Thanks a lot, Mr. Love. All right, one of my best friends in the world, and your old 6th grade social studies teacher, Mr. Dybel, said, remember your best learning experiences come from your mistakes, and your best advice comes from your elders. His advice is to not take an 8 a.m. college class because that's a learning experience you should avoid. Mrs. Brosman, whom some of you had for your 8th grade math teacher, said, congratulations, you graduated high school. What matters most now is the work you put into your life. Never be satisfied with your achievements. Be prepared to become an overachiever. Mr. Big, I mean Mr. Little, said, here's my little impression. Never enter a situation with the attitude that it's going to be too hard. Hard has a chance of being impossible. Instead, approach every situation as challenging because every challenge has a victory. Congratulations on this challenge victory and good luck on the next, whatever it may be. It's pretty good little. And finally, my biggest teaching rival, one of the best teachers I've ever known, Mrs. Tony. My Tony impression. All right. No matter where your path takes you, believe in yourself. You are your best asset. Without experiencing some failures, you will never truly know the meaning of success. So be bold. Do the thing you think you cannot do. Once you figure out the why, the what, and the how will be easy. Now go out there and kick, this is her words, go out there and kick some booty. Should be noted that I asked Ms. Tony for one sentence and got an entire paragraph. English teachers. After reading your former middle school teacher's words of wisdom, I started to sweat. I kind of sweat a lot anyway. Their quotes were good. I was really going to have to think about what to say. So first I started to reminisce when you were all in 8th grade and some of the things you did and what happened that year. I thought about the random trust falls, daily push-up and arm wrestling competitions. No worries, parents, never happened during class time. Administrators, never happened during class time. Chuck Norris jokes. The greatness of both the girls' volleyball and the wrestling teams. Thought about broken arms. Oh yeah, Berman. Way to go. All right. Concussions. Coaching football, that one and only time. I can't believe they trusted me to do that. And being given pink golf balls after being beaten by a couple of you in a game of golf. Where's Wilson and Alder at? Thanks a lot. I still have those. Thank you so much. Of course, I also couldn't forget your trip to Washington, D.C. From the tears over the breakups that happened over those 4 days, because you were so going to marry your 8th grade soulmate, to all the vomiting after the all-you-can-eat pizza and free Red Bulls. I also thought about all the love you used to show me for my daily mini quizzes and the car I drive. You'll be happy to know I still give those mini quizzes and I still drive a Prius. Some things never change. But beyond those memories, I thought about how close your class was. How you were always there for one another. You always had each other's backs. Sure, you occasionally had a little too much fun. Just a little. But you also knew when to get on task and when to make things count. I know many of you didn't always have the best home lives, or you faced challenges that young people should never have to, but you never gave into adversity. You always prevailed. Those are the things I'll remember most about your class. You had a sense of humor, but you had such great grit and determination. I'm sure those attributes have only strengthened over the past 4 years. And that's why your class will always be unforgettable. I guess that brings me to my words of wisdom. Get ready for it. Or what I would say to my 17 or 18-year-old self if I could talk to him today. So here it is, my list of 10 things in no particular order. My words of wisdom to you, the class of 2015. Number 1, learn. Never stop learning. Read everything you can get your hands on. Know what is going on in your community, state, nation, and world. Never believe you are too smart to learn new things. The world around you is constantly changing. Just look at the technological changes that have occurred since you were in school. When you were in kindergarten, the first camera phone was released. When you were in 3rd grade, YouTube was launched. 5th grade, the iPhone. 8th grade, the iPad. And just last year, the selfie stick was invented. Okay, so now maybe every invention isn't worth noting, but what should be is that you should not be afraid of change and advancement. Embrace them and learn how to use them. Number 2, never be too proud to ask for help. Just listen to this speech. There's no way I wrote it. Number 3, know that life is truly a game. Sometimes you're going to lose, but you have to be able to pick yourself up and go again. Learn from your losses and enjoy your victories. In the end, if you win more than you lose, then that's amazing. But if you've lost more than you won and never given up, well then, you've done better than most, and you'll be better for it. Number 4, lead. There is no reason to follow. Take charge and never look back. You are all worthy enough to lead, so do it. Number 5, don't be idle. After being asked for money by his brother, Abraham Lincoln once said, "This habit of uselessly wasting time is the whole difficulty. It's vastly important to you and still more to your children that you should break this habit. It's more important to them because they have longer to live and can keep out of an idle habit before they are in it. Easier than they can get out after they are in. If you are idle now, break that habit now." In other words, if you are lazy now, break that habit now. Work and work hard, because hard work will pay off. Number 6, travel. Go everywhere you can. I had the opportunity to teach in Chile, toured parts of France, Italy, Scotland, Ireland, and last summer I studied at Oxford University in England. I don't mention this to brag, but instead to encourage. By traveling, I've learned so many new things and gained a better perspective and respect for the world at every stop. I hope you will all do the same. It's when we open our eyes and our hearts to the world around us that we become a member of it. Number 7, love our country and always show respect to the men and women that fight in our armed services. It was only a few years ago that I sat in the same gym at a memorial service honoring a former London graduate who I had the pleasure to coach, Lance Corporal Josh McDaniels. Visiting his grave every year at Arlington National Cemetery reminds me that he sacrificed his life fighting in Afghanistan so that so that we could live safely in this country and enjoy our freedom. When you see a serviceman or woman, please thank them for what they do for our country. If you have the means, buy them lunch, shake their hand, and ask for nothing in return. Number 8, respect and embrace the diversity and differences in this world. Never treat someone negatively because of his or her race, ethnicity, religious beliefs, or sexual orientation. Don't be colorblind to the world around you. Make friends with people that don't look like you. Number 9, choose the wrench. This comes from one of my favorite movies. It's called Good Will Hunting. Choose the wrench. What does that mean? It means never take the easy way out. Choose the hard way. Robert Frost said, "Take the road not taken." But I say, make your own road. Even if it seems too scary or too difficult. Make your road and sprint down it when everyone else is too scared to walk. And finally, number 10. To steal a quote from Coach Urban Meyer, don't be average. Why be average? There is no reason to live the rest of your life trying to just be average. Be the best in the next step in life. Whether you're continuing your education at a 2-year or 4-year college, going straight to the workforce, or joining the military, be the best. When you someday get married and have children, be the best husband or wife, the best father or mother. The world is filled with average people. We need more people who are constantly working to better themselves. People who are never happy with average. People like you, the student sitting in front of me today. That's all the words of wisdom I have for you, class of 2015. You've given us all so many great memories, and you've accomplished so much. But what you've accomplished to this point is nothing compared to what you're going to accomplish in the future. Now, if you could just give me one more thing, I would like you to all stand and smile so I can get a picture with my selfie stick. Here we go, you ready? One sec. I practiced it, I promise. Oh, there we go. All right, here we go. There we go. Smile. Awesome.